Hey guys, Chuck from Iron Boots here, giving you a more in-depth look on the things of Mario Kart 8. For this episode, we're going to go over boosting and drifting. Now, as many of you know, at the start of levels, you are able to get a speed boost if you can time it just right. And sometimes they change from Mario Kart to Mario Kart. But I've extensively played the 64 Double Dash and 7, and so I'm going to show you guys the boost for today. Now, those of you that are familiar with 7 are going to easily be able to figure this out because it's honestly the same as 7. You're going to want to boost as soon as the 2 shows up on the screen and has rested there. So right now is when you'd start, and off you go. And that's all it is. Now the other thing I want to mention to you guys, is this is going to be my boosting and drifting video, is there's a difference between drifting on the kart and drifting on the bike. It's not an extensive difference, just that drifting on the bike is much tighter than drifting in the kart. Now you guys are just watching me basically race a 150 Grand Prix right now, but I'm going to show you guys, you know, how you want to drift. Like, if you have your 10 coins like you do right now, you're already on your lap, you want to really hug those turns, make sure to get around them as tight as you can, staying out of the grass, and you're good to go. Of course, watch out for items, otherwise you're just gonna mess yourself up. And if you're on your last lap and you run out of coins, don't make it too much of a priority. If you just keep racing through the map, you'll easily pick them back up like I am right now. Also, don't forget the trick. The trick, you just go ahead and hit a jump and press the RZ, R button, whichever you like to use. If you're using the Wiimote, then it's going to be B. Basically, whichever button you drift with is also going to be your tricking button. Also, one of the other things you shouldn't be afraid of is if you find yourself going too fast or just getting yourself in a bad situation, there's nothing wrong with hitting the brake. Some people are really nervous about doing that. They don't want to lose speed or anything. But if you spin out or get stuck in the ground and you run out of gas anyway, you're going to end up slowing down no matter what. So that's kind of a look at drifting and boosting. You want to make sure to do those things when you're racing. They'll really give you an advantage. And one of the things about Mario Kart 8 is it's one of a few Mario Karts, as I can recall, that force you to drift. And what I mean by that is some of these turns are really hard to take if you don't drift. I'll show you that in this next little bit here. Mario Circuit. This is one of my new favorite courses because of the Wii U version. So here we go. I'm going to boost right out. And now I'm not going to drift here. I'm just going to try to turn. And so that went okay, but Mario's getting ahead of me because of the boosting. So here's a bit of a tighter turn. You know, it's not too bad. You're getting around it just fine. But I mean, you can easily tell the computers are just beating me here. Now, if you have a car with worse handling or one that might make you... If you have a kart with worse handling, it'll obviously be much harder to turn than it is like this. Now you saw me take no drifts. I'm gonna drift all this lap. You guys will be able to tell the difference right away. Really cut those corners quick. Give me the speed boosts I need and everything. Really want to take those turns as tight as you're able to without hitting the ground. Because this Mario Kart is very, very unforgiving for hitting the dirt. Previous other Mario Karts, it wasn't too bad, but with this one, you brake slower than hitting the dirt. So really try to keep your way out of there. See, and that lap just went much faster. I pulled way ahead in the pack. And obviously, Yoshi has a little bit more weight than I do. He sent me flying. Now the difference in the drifting you'll see here is you'll see it around your tires. Blue means you're getting a little bit of a drift, you get a little speed boost. And that Toad just did, that's called a drafting bonus. If you sit behind someone fast for long enough, you get a speed boost like that. Now the red that I'm going to try and do right now and lose for, as you saw right there, or if you go back and watch previous pieces of this, you'll see the red, which is the maximum drift bonus you can get. Now, you can't get it every single time, but you can get it pretty frequently. So do your best to do so, and that'll really give you an advantage.